On 4 News Now at 6, for many women in Idaho, access to health care is hard to come by, with some needing to drive all the way to Coeur d'Alene for care. What doctors say is forcing them to leave the state or stop practicing medicine altogether.
The few sprinkles we saw today are nothing compared to what's on the way. I'll show you when the heavier rain is expected to hit in your First Alert forecast.
Big changes could be headed to a quiet 100-acre lot. Why neighbors say there's more at stake than just new homes. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
The laws in Idaho are pushing doctors out.
That is how some doctors in Idaho feel about the state's abortion ban. Some believe the strict ban is responsible for the steep decline in OBGYNs over the past 3 years. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Derek Dice has the night off. Madeline Mullins spoke with doctors across the state of Idaho about how this OBGYN shortage is impacting both providers and patients and which communities are hit the hardest.
When Bonner General closed its labor and delivery unit, the women of Sandpoint, Idaho had to look elsewhere for an OBGYN.
All 4 of our OBGYNs departed the state after that. And so in the wake of that, there was a lot of question about where do we go now? What do we do?
Some of those women started seeing doctors in Coeur d'Alene. Doctors like OBGYN Brenna McCrummon.
Inherited a huge amount of patients in that area that no longer has access to prenatal care or gynecological care near their home.
Sandpoint is not the only community that has lost OBGYNs. A study done by the American Medical Association shows since 2022, 43% of the state's OBGYNs stopped practicing in Idaho. Of those doctors, 42% started practicing in other states, all with less restrictive abortion laws. 16% now only practice gynecology, and 13% left their rural practices.
Criminalizing medicine, creates a lot of complexity, and a lot of physicians are choosing not to work here.
Rural communities are being hit the hardest.
Most of the OB doctors are concentrated in the 7 most populated counties, so that leaves only 23 other doctors from the ones that are left to provide care to about 570,000 other people.
In the small town of Stanley, Idaho, there is no OBGYN. Patients have to drive over an hour for things like routine checkups or for something more severe like a miscarriage.
There are times when there are more severe complications, especially in the second half of pregnancy, that they would have to be transported to Boise. Generally, that actually has to be done by helicopter from Stanley.
And OBGYNs in Washington have also seen an increase in patients, with many women crossing the state line to get the care they need.
So it's created a lot of barriers for them to get care.
Doctors tell me until the laws change, OBGYNs will continue to leave the state and patients will continue to suffer. In Coeur d'Alene, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
We are continuing to track multiple wildfires in our area. Let's start with the Sunset Fire burning in Bonner County along the shores of Lake Pend Oreille. Level 3, meaning get out now evacuation orders are still in place here. The Department of Lands estimates that it's burned about 3 square miles. The department asks people to avoid the area. And there are also go now evacuation orders for the fire north of Reardon in Lincoln County. Fire crews estimate this fire burning about 1.5 square miles. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now. And Chris, you are tracking some much needed rain on the way.
Yes, because it has been so dry. The fine fuels are tinder dry and ready to go. Let's take a look at the U.S. Drought Monitor. They update this every Thursday. So this just came out yesterday, and no good news on this map. We are in some state of drought throughout the entire inland Northwest. This orange color here, that is severe drought from Spokane Valley through Coeur d'Alene. The area shaded in red, which includes the central panhandle, the Idaho and Washington Palouse, all the way up into parts of Bonner County. That is extreme drought. And this little sliver here that incorporates parts of Clearwater, Benewah, Latah, as well as Shoshone County, that is exceptional drought, as dry as the drought monitor gets. So we are in bad shape. Here's another way to look at things. Our rain this summer in Spokane, this is at Spokane International Airport. We average over an inch in June. We've had 1300s. We average a little over 4/10 in our driest month, July. We had 700s. So far in August, we've had 100th. Tomorrow, we could get more in Spokane than we've had since the beginning of June. If these numbers pan out, our forecast rain, looking at rainfall totals close to 1/4 of an inch in Spokane, over 1/4 in Sandpoint, Grand Coulee, 2/10 in Pullman, and 3200ths in the Moses Lake area. Right around the Spokane area, many locations are due for up to 1/4 of an inch of rain. It's not coming this evening if you're heading out for some Friday night fun. Temperatures in the 70s, but it is going to be mostly cloudy. May see a sprinkle up along the Canadian border. I'll be back with your weekend forecast in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, Chris, see you then. You may have seen this video circulating online that appears to show convicted quadruple murderer Bryan Kohberger inside of a jail cell. The only problem is we don't know where it was taken or how it was leaked. We reached out to officials in Latah and Ada counties. Both say the video is not from their jails. The Idaho Department of Corrections released a statement reading in part, quote, "While we cannot yet confirm the veracity of the videos, if verified, they are a clear violation of IDOC policy, and the parties responsible will be held accountable up to and including termination." The department goes on to caution that some videos may be fake. This is a developing story. We will update you just as soon as we learn more. The Central Valley School District plans on taking legal action against the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. It signed a letter of intent to sue the state over how it rolled out policies around transgender student athletes. Board members say their issue isn't with the policy itself, which protects students from discrimination based on gender identity, but how the state implemented it. They argue OSPI skipped the proper rulemaking process. Earlier this week, some board members questioned whether the public has had enough time to weigh in and whether it's worth spending thousands on legal action. The board says no student programs will be impacted, though the lawsuit could cost between $5,000 to $10,000. An organization helping foster children in Washington just lost millions in state funding, leaving several counties in eastern Washington without a vital resource that has helped teens succeed in high school and beyond.
The hardest part is our children suffer, our foster youth suffer from abandonment issues, and knowing that we have to say goodbye.
Alexandra Cohen-Yars explains what's next for this organization and the impact it will have on our region.
According to the latest state data, almost half of teens in foster care don't graduate high school on time. Treehouse for Kids has for years been working to change that by standing along them throughout their high school education and beyond.
We help them open their eyes to this is their future, and it is the one thing in their life that they are currently in control of.
Kathy Long is a graduation success coordinator with Treehouse. Most of the work her team does happens inside of our schools.
For example, here at North Central, a student will get a visit every week from someone within the organization. Together, they'll work through any barriers that child might face throughout their education.
Some of our youth end up being valedictorians that started out not having the ability to turn in a single assignment. It is such a beautiful thing to witness.
But Treehouse is now facing a major challenge. The organization says its graduation success program has lost all state funding. That's almost $7.5 million. Kathy's team has been cut in half. And while that team will continue its services in Spokane, the program has been shut down in all other eastern Washington counties, meaning up to 150 teens are losing support.
We have been on this path for a decade to bring everything that we do to every young person in foster care across the state, and to have to take a step back on that path has been really painful.
In response to these budget cuts, Treehouse has paused accepting new referrals for teens. They hope that'll change soon. For Kathy, the hardest part is having to say goodbye to the teens she knows are already so vulnerable.
It's heartbreaking. It's sad. building morale after all of that is something we're all working towards.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is inviting the public to pay their respects to the late Sergeant Deputy Kenneth Salas next week. Sergeant Salas was killed last Saturday when he was hit by a motorcycle on I-90 while trying to remove a hay bale that fell onto the freeway. A public memorial will be held next Wednesday at the Spokane Convention Center at 1 o'clock. While public seating is limited, the Sheriff's Office says a procession will also be held. The Sheriff's Office says the route will be released in the coming days. Flu season will be here before we know it, and this year you can stay protected without a needle or a trip to the doctor. We'll show you how families can vaccinate at home coming up. And we'll bring you a preview of Seattle's second preseason game tonight. Sports director Jack Wallace is in studio to break down the matchup.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Kelly's all new this fall.
Watch Kelly Clarkson weekdays at 2.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. With SUVs for life's adventures, trucks as dependable as the people who drive them, EVs to charge up a summer of no limits, and American legends that need no introduction. This summer, Chevy drives America.
Now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing, plus an additional $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
For over 100 years, we've gathered here. Dusty boots meet blue ribbons, and fair food meets family tradition. At the North Idaho State Fair, we're not just making memories, we're keeping tradition alive. Join us August 15th through the 24th for the best 10 full days of unforgettable memories right here in North Idaho. Get your tickets now at nisfair.fun for the North Idaho State Fair, presented by ICCU.
Nothing says summer better than spending time on your deck. From the afternoon barbecues to the late night socials, the deck has become the most fun place to be. And nobody knows decking better than the pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
From composite to PVC or wood decking to beautiful railing options. If you're looking for a great new deck, Windsor has the best selection at the best prices.
Windsor Plywood. So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome back. The Seattle Seahawks are back at Lumen Field tonight, taking on week 2 of preseason.
And it's the Kansas City Chiefs riding into town, the two franchises' first meeting in 3 years. Seattle plans to beef up their lineup a lot more than the backup show against the Las Vegas Raiders last Thursday. The Hawks plan to start quarterback Sam Darnold. Andy Reid will most likely stick deeper into his own roster instead, as former Washington State quarterback Gardner Minshew expected to be under center for the Chiefs tonight. And with a pretty clustered wide receiver room, a young defensive line, and musical chairs at some offensive line spots, Coach Mike Macdonald has plenty on his hands of who will start where.
We don't want to be vanilla, it's just because that's not really our philosophy, but it is a balance of being able to handle scheme and adjustments and see how they kind of think on the fly in real time. And against an offense, they haven't really spent a lot of time watching, But again, you want the guys to go play fast and go make sure they can put their best foot forward. So there's a balance there.
That balance helped Seattle to a 23-all tie against those Raiders, seeing the blocked field goal that made it a tie. And they now prep for their second AFC West opponent in as many weeks. And Kirsten, it's so tough to judge preseason results, too. Sure. The winless 2008 Detroit Lions were unbeaten in the preseason. It's been 8 years since Seattle's gone through a whole preseason slate unscathed. So 1 game down. Would like a win today.
Oh, yeah.
Rather win than lose.
And just anytime we start bringing up football, I start mentioning to our 11 o'clock producer, hey, Friday Night Sports Extra is on the horizon, my friend.
It's coming up. It's coming up. We're excited for it. Not too long.
School year hasn't even started. We're already starting to talk about it, Chris.
Yeah. Well, the North Idaho State Fair has started, and if you are heading to the fair tomorrow, you might want to carve out time for the indoor exhibits from morning through early afternoon. A good chance of showers and thunderstorms. 68 degrees by 2 o'clock, and we'll start drying out by then. And then the second half of the weekend is a whole nother story. I'll tell you that after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now brings you an aerial postcard from Kamiak Butte.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save $12,250 off new Sierra 1500 Denali's or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
At Walker's Furniture, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. So this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're having a 3-day mattress sale where you can beat the Labor Day crowds and save hundreds on top name brand mattresses. Shop early to get 2 free pillows with your mattress purchase while supplies last. Plus, take advantage of 3 years no interest financing with no money down, as well as free delivery and up to $300 of free furniture with select purchases. This weekend only at Walker's.
2-0 pitch, breaking ball lifted high in the air. Hoppy is drifting back, goes up, and he makes the catch!
Friday, August 15th, KXLY 4 News Now invites you to Avista Stadium for our Rally Towel and Fireworks Night, presented by Bulldog Rooter. The first 1,000 fans and all STCU Gold Glove members receive a free rally towel. Right after the game, we'll have a fireworks spectacular. For tickets, go to SpokaneIndians.com. Always free parking. Friday, August 15th, Rally Towel and Fireworks Night, presented by Bulldog Rooter and KXLY 4 News Now.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save up to $14,000 or 3.9% APR on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
They've both been in the spotlight, Amanda Knox and Monica Lewinsky, and now they're coming together to co-produce the story of Amanda Knox's life. Now Monday, they're both live on GMA. What do they now want you to know on Good Morning America?
We're already talking weekend plans, and here's another one. The National Lentil Festival happening tomorrow in Pullman. It is being held at Rainey Park, where you can catch the parade, live music, and a few different sports tournaments as well. And cooking demonstrations, that's what I'd be there for. I love lentils. Visits from mascots like Taste T Lentil and Dan DP. For more information, head to the story on KXLY.com.
I need to go to that one of these days. And Rainey Park, how appropriate.
All in the family there. Very good.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Wonderful event, and the weather will be improving the second half of the weekend. In the meantime, right now, we are actually hitting our high temperature in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 77 in both locations, not too far off the mark. Our average high now is still in the mid-80s. We're seeing some of the clouds parting. that is temporary, but expect dry conditions this evening if you are headed out for something fun this evening. On our satellite and radar, not the story further to the west, where we're already starting to see some very light precipitation from Wenatchee up through the Omak area. Now, it looks like it's going to be moving right in, but it's going to be slow to reach the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Our forecast radar shows that precipitation moving into the Columbia Basin after midnight and then crossing the rest of the region in the early morning hours of Saturday. Here's Saturday at 8 a.m. with that steady rain all the way from Boundary County down through Spokane County and then into the Tri-Cities area. Then that will slowly make its way through North Idaho through mid-morning and afternoon. Here is 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, and we are dry. Now, behind that initial line of steady precipitation, we could see some isolated thunderstorm activity, but right now that doesn't look like it's going to be anything particularly widespread. Your Saturday rain chances in Spokane were up at 80% through 9 a.m. and then it drops as we get into late morning, early afternoon, and finally we dry out through the late afternoon and early evening. These percentages would need to be adjusted a little bit in Coeur d'Alene, where that rain is going to linger longer through the day. High temperatures tomorrow will be fairly similar to what we saw today. You'll notice the 80s over the Columbia Basin, up through the Waterville Plateau and Okanagan. We are going to dry out early enough in the day that you'll get the sunshine during those peak heating hours. Cooler, meanwhile, from the Palouse up through Bonners Ferry. Right around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we've got 72 at Spirit Lake, 74 in Hayden, 75 in Post Falls and Liberty Lake, and 78 degrees in Meade. Your high temperature trend. We go from 76 Saturday, warmer, sunnier, and drier on Sunday, and then finally back in the 80s and may even reach the 90s by the end of next work week. Your planning forecast: after tomorrow's showers, we are dry through the rest of the 7-day forecast. One possible exception is Tuesday, where there is a slight chance of some mountain showers, possibly a sprinkle. Check back. We'll have an update on that forecast. In the meantime, maybe clean a closet tomorrow, and then out you go into the sunshine, maybe to the lake on Sunday.
It's like you read my mind. There's a specific closet I need to get to this weekend.
Well, come on over. It's ready for you. Oh, at your house. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's ready for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. Well, flu season is right around the corner, and there's a new way to get protected without ever leaving home. Health experts hope it will boost vaccination rates. ABC's Jacqueline Lee explains how it works.
You can now get your flu vaccine without even having to leave your house. FluMist, created by company AstraZeneca, will now allow customers to order it online and have it shipped right to their door, avoiding a trip to the doctor's office or pharmacy.
FluMist, now it's been approved for at-home use, and given the fact that we had a really bad flu season, this could be a huge game changer in terms of keeping people healthy and out of the hospital.
FluMist is a nasal spray flu vaccine, meaning no more needles. It's been around since 2003, but only at pharmacies or doctor's offices.
We think that most insurance companies are going to cover this. We do think also that the shipping cost will be about $10 for 4 doses. And in terms of safety and efficacy, it seems to be on par with the needle-based flu vaccine, so equivalent essentially.
But only certain age groups can use it, and is not recommended for children under age 2, adults over age 49, or pregnant women. Last year's flu season was the deadliest for children since the H1N1 global flu pandemic in 2009. 267 children died from the flu. On average, about 8% of the U.S. population gets sick from the flu each season.
We have to take a different approach to flu vaccination to protect more people. We know the more people that get vaccinated, the more we can protect everyone.
Health advocates say the best thing you can do is speak with your doctor to see if you or your family members would be good candidates for FluMist. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead, President Donald Trump said he had a good meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin about a potential ceasefire. What we know about this historic summit and if we're any closer to the war coming to an end. And faster trains are coming to the East Coast, but the idea of high-speed rail across the country is stuck at the station. We'll explain why next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Make your hard-earned dollars go further during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Plus, find huge discounts on living, dining, and bedroom, and 60 months no interest. The Labor Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Do you suffer from puffy under-eye bags, deep-set forehead lines, and wrinkles that give away your age instantly? Well, if so, it's not your fault. It's all a symptom of aging. That's why we created Plexiderm, a clinically studied serum that decreases the appearance of under-eye bags and dark circles by 80%, crow's feet and wrinkles around the eyes by 81%, and forehead lines by 85%, and lasts for up to 10 hours.
Look at this one under-eye bag. It's gone. So I've had these bags for many, many years, and then I found Plexiderm, and this happened.
I'm going to apply Plexiderm under this eye so you can see the difference. I have struggled with under eye bags my whole life. I have tried every product and none of them have worked. You just watched it happen. I went from this to this.
Try it today for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Call the number on your screen or visit plexidermtrial.com.
Are you moving? Make it easy with Dan the Moving Man. Reliable, efficient, and stress-free. Dan is your locally owned, trusted household and piano moving partner. Visit danthemovingmanwa.com for your free quotes today.
With summer almost over and the kids soon headed back to school, now, more than ever, is the perfect time to get that new flooring or some stylish new cabinets before winter arrives. From Northwest Granite and Cabinets.
At Northwest Granite, our showroom is packed full of great ideas. From stunning granite, marble and quartz countertops, to modern-looking wall panels, and a large selection of flooring options. Northwest Granite can help you design it and install it so you can enjoy it.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Do what I did and call Car Shield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-996-6746.
It's the Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. And right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup. Plus, get 60 months, no interest, and free shipping. The Labor Day sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Around the nation, in just weeks, Amtrak will be getting a major upgrade on the East Coast. This as the federal government has pulled funding for a major rail project on the West Coast. There are still hopes for a proposed cross-country route before the FIFA World Cup next year. CNN's Brian Abel gives us a look at the current state of high-speed rail in the U.S.
A long-awaited upgrade will roll out on Amtrak's Northeast Corridor August 28th. Modern interiors for 28 new Acela trains running from Washington, D.C. to Boston at a top speed of 160 miles per hour. The Acela line, a rare success story for high-speed rail, not seen elsewhere in the U.S.
It's in a market where trains can definitely be successful. That's not necessarily the same when we start looking at some of our larger population centers throughout the rest of the United States.
Like on the West Coast, former California Governor Jerry Brown pushing for high-speed rail back in the 80s. Despite voters approving roughly $10 billion in 2008, it's yet to be built.
Once you make the commitment, it then becomes a question of, do you have the political will to see through the investments?
At a national level, that will appears to have jumped the tracks. Just this year, the Trump administration pulled the plug on both $4 billion in funding for California's rail project and $63 million for a project connecting Dallas and Houston. And experts are skeptical a proposed cross-country line from New York to LA will ever gain steam.
I struggle with believing that we can build out a rail network that competes effectively with air.
And that cross-country route would take about 3 days, and that is why Mattingly says it'd be good for tourists, but maybe not other travelers. We should note that California is suing the Trump administration, saying that they are illegally pulling out of their obligations with the rail project there. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Idaho's governor is slashing state spending, but critics warn cuts could hit services families rely on. We'll break down what's affected and what's exempt. And a quiet neighborhood could see big changes and traffic if a new housing development gets the green light. Why neighbors are concerned. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save $12,250 off new Sierra 1500 Denali's or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Nothing says summer better than spending time on your deck. From the afternoon barbecues to the late night socials, the deck has become the most fun place to be. And nobody knows decking better than the pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
From composite to PVC or wood decking to beautiful railing options. If you're looking for a great new deck, Windsor has the best selection at the best prices.
Windsor Plywood.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save up to $14,000 or 3.9% APR on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Neighbors in the Pasadena Park neighborhood say this plot of land has been undeveloped for years. Until a few months ago, it was owned by the Inland Empire Paper Company. Now it belongs to the Kohl's Company Real Estate Group, which is in the early stages of developing the acreage for single-family homes. But many neighbors in Pasadena Park have questions. We go live now to Mary Sheridan, who heard some of those concerns today.
Well, Kirsten, I want to show you just how this plot of land backs up into the front yard of many people who live here in Pasadena Park. They say that if the development continues, they have concerns about traffic, infrastructure resources, and they worry that they're going to lose access to the wildlife that they've grown accustomed to watching outside their windows.
You have this wonderful environment where nature meets a small community that creates just a real synergy of lifestyle.
For close to 15 years, this has been the view from Mark Boyer's backyard.
My sister and my mother live right next door to me in adjoining lots. We're concerned about water rights. There's only enough water rights for about 200 more homes.
Boyer is not alone. Last night, his neighbors filled an irrigation board meeting taking place with representatives from the Kohl's Company. The real estate group is asking to purchase 100 water lines for its potential development. The meeting was standing room only.
Over 3.5 hours where they allowed
everybody in the room to be able to voice their concerns about the annexation.
Elizabeth Brown says she too wants to preserve the natural beauty of the area. Coles Real Estate tells me the area has always been zoned as residential, and any planning is still in the preliminary stages. Eventually, the real estate group says it wants to build single-family units to fill a need for housing in the area. Still, neighbors are worried how this will change their quiet, peaceful community.
The construction is a major concern. My daughter has asthma, and my mother's 85 years old, and we'll be right next door to large construction and road project.
And it was decided at that meeting that the neighbors will get to vote on whether this property will be able to annex in for water rights. This vote's likely going to happen sometime in September. Reporting live in Spokane Valley, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Mary. Well, we saw wind and rain and lots of different things this week, and we're making it into the weekend looking at more rain.
Yes, more steady rain, more beneficial rain, not just the sprinkles of today on our satellite and radar. We've got the clouds in place, and the precipitation is making its way this direction slowly. Plenty of time to go out for a dog walk or maybe even play the first part of 9 holes before the rain moves in. Here's our forecast radar before it gets dark. The rain's going to take longer than that. We're going to see this rain moving in early in the morning on Saturday. Here's Saturday at 8 o'clock with steady rain in Spokane, down through the Tri-Cities, all the way up through Bonners Ferry and beyond. We will continue with that rain through about noon, and then it becomes more spotty, possibly even an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow. Then we begin to clear out. Here's 6 o'clock Saturday. Should be dry for Saturday night adventures, and then that takes us into a really pretty Sunday. In the meantime, we are expecting some good measurable rain out of this system, something we really need around the region. Many locations getting up to 1/4 inch of precipitation or even more. Again, slight chance of thunderstorms. We're heading up to a high of 76. 84 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
We'll see you then, Chris. Thank you. Around the Northwest now, take a look at this video of a group of thieves stealing $2 million worth of jewelry from a store in Seattle. Police say the incident happened yesterday while people were inside. The 4 masked suspects used a hammer to bust the front glass door in several cases. You can see it there. The whole robbery took less than 2 minutes. New at 6:30 now, Idaho Governor Brad Little signed the Idaho Act today. The executive order directs state departments to cut down on spending. The governor saying it's meant to help balance the budget and make way for President Donald Trump's tax cuts.
With this executive order, we are showing Idahoans we are committed to living within our means. Idaho's economy remains the strongest in the nation, and we are headed in the right direction.
The orders call for the State Department to cut spending by 3%. K through 12 public schools are excluded from this order. Critics, though, argue the 3% reduction could lead to cuts to services that families depend on. A Spokane man will spend 20 years in prison for supplying drug dealers with fentanyl in eastern Washington. Prosecutors say 40-year-old Charles McLean was convicted of firearm and drug trafficking charges. Investigators found drugs, a gun, and $18,000 in his apartment and say he bought about 10,000 fentanyl pills every month for a year. McLean had a prior drug conviction and had already served 7 years in prison. President Trump and Russian President Putin met face-to-face to try and agree to a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. The president saying it was a good meeting, but did not provide any specifics. ABC's Christiane Cordero has more.
It's a sight never before seen in history. President Trump rolling out the red carpet today in Anchorage, Alaska, greeting Vladimir Putin as the two walk side by side, F-22 fighter jets on the runway. Flying above, a reminder, if Putin needed one, of American military might. The U.S. yesterday flew in B-2 bombers to Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. The two world leaders are trying to find a path to peace in Ukraine. The president's first meeting 3-on-3, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff joining President Trump. And this evening, both leaders holding a joint news conference.
I expect that today's agreements will be the starting point, not only for the solution of the Ukrainian issue, but also will help us bring back business-like and pragmatic relations between Russia and the U.S.
We had an extremely productive meeting, and many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there.
In recent weeks, Russia has escalated its attacks. July was the deadliest month for Ukrainian civilians since May 2022. And overnight, Ukraine's Air Force says Russia launched new missile and drone strikes hitting 13 locations. Ukrainian President Zelensky, blocked by Putin from attending the summit, said we are counting on America. He's calling today's strikes a sign Putin is not prepared to end the war. He wants a ceasefire and security guarantees that would protect Ukraine from further Russian aggression. Today's joint press conference was, in a word, vague. President Trump and European leaders have been adamant for the need of a ceasefire agreement, and today, with Trump and Putin standing side by side, no ceasefire was announced. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, city leaders in Washington, D.C. are now suing the Trump administration for taking the police force, calling the move illegal. Earlier today, the Attorney General Pam Bondi announced she was planning on installing a, quote, emergency police commissioner. But within the last few hours, the current police chief will remain in control, but will be required to answer to the Trump administration. That's at least for now. The Trump administration has been criticized for trying to take over D.C. police, with the D.C. Attorney General calling it, quote, a hostile takeover. Now, House Democrats have also introduced a joint resolution to terminate the president's order. New figures show the wholesale price of vegetables, which is the price supermarkets pay before the veggies make it to the produce aisle, skyrocketed in recent weeks, rising by nearly 39% between June and July. The price spike in veggies was revealed in a monthly report called the Producer Price Index, which tracks the prices that businesses pay for products. It is different from the inflation report issued earlier this week that looked only at prices on products already in stores.
PPI is more of a forward indicator because that's really what businesses are actually paying. It takes time for the actual consumer to see it. So PPI being more of a canary in the coal mine.
Big retailers like Walmart and Target have indicated they will try to absorb some of the costs associated with tariffs. But with price increases on new inventory, analysts say it's only a matter of time before consumers feel the pinch, not just in the produce aisle. Well, Costco has announced it will not seek FDA certification to sell abortion pills at its pharmacies. The company says it made the decision based on low demand from members. Costco's announcement follows a letter-writing campaign from conservative groups and company investors hoping to limit access to mifepristone. That is the drug used as a first step for a medication abortion. Mifepristone has been a target of pro-life advocates for years. The FDA in 2000 approved the drug. It required pickup in person for 2 decades before that rule was removed in 2021. Well, the Spokane Velocity's youngest player just made his debut.
At just 17 years old, Rocky Wells is a pro player now and for his hometown team. Catch a story about how it feels for him to gel with the best of USL League One coming right after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
Click It RV is the home of the lowest price guarantee, so we are having a Nobody Beats a Click It RV deal sales event happening now. Receive up to $6,000 over NADA book value for your trade through August. Pay $0 down and pay 0 payments for 6 months. Shop new and used RVs from all the major manufacturers. Get a free Traeger grill with every purchase, plus it's your last chance to win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash, drawn at the end of August.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
Nobody Beats a Click It RV deal sales event happening now until the end of August.
It's that time of year again. Time to donate to Coats for Kids. Kootenai Health is a proud sponsor of the first Coats for Kids opening day at the North Idaho Fair. Bring a new or gently used coat to the fair on August 21st and receive free admission, compliments of Kootenai Health. Help kids in need this winter and make sure they have a warm coat to go outside when the weather turns cold. Coats for Kids, keeping kids warm for almost 40 years.
Thanks to Kootenai Health, leading the way in advanced health care for our region.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social. We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Sunscreen uproar. The growing movement. People who say you shouldn't be using sunscreen. Are they dangerously misguided? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Coming to you straight from Nashville.
It's Stand Up to Cancer!
Join us Friday, August 15th, and let's save lives together. So stand up with all of us and tune in Friday, August 15th at 8, 7 Central.
Spokane Velocity welcomed their newest member this month, the Velocity's only teenager, Rocky Wells. And he worked tirelessly to earn his role on the pitch this summer. We went over to One Spokane Stadium to hear from Rocky and his team on this accomplishment and what's next in store.
A special moment for him.
At just 17 years old, the Spokane Velocity debuted their youngest ever player, one that felt ready for the moment.
I mean, obviously it's a dream come true to make my professional debut. Just super thankful for the staff for believing in me and giving me the opportunity. Same with my teammates. So yeah, super cool experience. I loved it, yeah.
The rising Meade High School senior, Rocky, was Spokane's first ever homegrown academy signing, spending the last year pushing to earn his role with the senior group.
See him come in year 2 and really earn the spot. So he did that. He came in, he was fantastic. His attitude, his effort every day was excellent. You can see his ability on the ball. So yeah, it got to the point where it was a no-brainer for us. He'd earned it, so we rewarded him for it.
It's been a super cool experience. I'm really blessed to have an amazing team like this in my hometown. Yeah, so just super grateful for the team. It's been an amazing experience. So yeah, I'm loving it so far.
Coach Lee Viedman has been there every step of Rocky's path, lauding his repping of the team's core philosophy.
There's 2 boxes we want checked at all times, whether it's a player, whether it's a staff member, front office, is competence and character. They're the 2 non-negotiables, and character being the main one.
I mean, I just say we're a big family environment. We kind of like lead by example. So that's just something I've tried to take into the season.
Rocky's teammate Neil Vinyals on the back line sees that growth too as the Velocity inches closer to the end of their second ever season.
He has a lot of potential in the future to definitely be an established player in the pro ranks, whatever that will take him, but super happy for him, and I think he just needs to keep enjoying, which is the most important thing, and keep improving every day.
Spokane now heads east to Portland, Maine this weekend, still defending their top of the table place.
We know what we need to do. We need to keep our focus short-sighted and focus on what's next in front of us, go game by game, and then by the end of the year we'll get what we deserve.
Get what we deserve. Yeah. Love to hear that. I know Coach always has a little bit of gusto to him, so it's fun to see, and a lot of matches left, 12 more to go. But it's a tight race. 1 point is all that separates the Velocity from first and second. So it'll be a fun finish.
Just so impressive to see someone that young with that much talent and homegrown. I mean, we're all rooting for him. That's really great.
It's really cool. Unique thing to see for this team, and just love it.
Yeah, really, really good interview. Thank you, Jack. All right, Chris, let's take a look at the weather.
Well, unity in the community is this weekend. You might need to unite under an umbrella if you're heading out early. 10 a.m., a very good chance of rain. Then things become a little more spotty, but there is the possibility of thunderstorm activity. If thunder roars, go indoors, whether you're on the lake, the golf course, or just in the backyard. Don't want to be out in a thunderstorm.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event, where you'll save $12,250 off new Sierra 1500 Denali's or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
Each month, 4 News Now is focusing on a topic that's important to our community by helping to get the message out. This is good for you to know. In Spokane, one charter school is redefining education with a unique approach that puts students' choices first while offering smaller class sizes.
The relationship between students and staff is really different. It's a lot more personal because there's less of us.
I really just liked it here. I walked in, I'm like, wow, this is impressive.
With a community-driven focus, open and inclusive classrooms, student-driven projects, and a focus on the arts, innovation isn't your typical high school experience.
This school has made me genuinely feel prepared for the future.
The teachers here, I love them all. They're all amazing people.
Innovation High School is a tuition-free public high school right here in Spokane, now enrolling students in grades 9 through 12. See their unique approach to education firsthand.
You feel a lot more connected. It doesn't really feel like school. It just feels like another place that I go in my day-to-day life.
Schedule a tour to see why students are choosing innovation.
Sandpoint Furniture, the name that has always been synonymous with high-quality home furnishings matched with sensible pricing. Our customers from all over the Northern Panhandle and the Spokane area have discovered that it's well worth their time to make the trip to our beautiful showroom to find just the piece that they've been looking for. You'll also love our friendly, experienced sales staff who can show you all the unique choices that our 30,000 square foot store has to offer. And Sandpoint Furniture has a reliable delivery service, a first-rate install team as well. So make that drive to Sandpoint Furniture. They've been making your house a home for almost 80 years now.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll save up to $14,000 or 3.9% APR on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now brings you an aerial postcard from Palouse Falls.
Welcome back in. We are headed into the weekend.
It is the weekend, isn't it? I know, and I'm excited for some rain.
Yeah.
Where, you really, sleep in, have some coffee, read a book.
It feels different after it rains. We were talking about that. It almost, your skin feels a little better.
Oh, I know. There's a little tiny bit of humidity in the air by our standards. So with that in mind, let's enjoy and savor this change in the weather while it lasts. Mostly cloudy in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That is a really pretty sky in Spokane. A little bit of clearing at sunset, and we're really going to have a nice scene there. Sunset right at 8 o'clock these days. 4 things to know about your weather. That rain in Spokane moves in overnight, points to the west, comes in a little bit earlier. Showers Saturday, but they will decrease as the day goes on. Possible thunderstorms, and it is going to be a nice Sunday across the region with temperatures right in the comfort zone, lots of sunshine, and we will have been dried out for a while in Spokane. Our chance of rain going from 80% at 7 a.m. down to 30% at 1, and then it tapers off to 0 for measurable rain. Wouldn't rule out an isolated sprinkle in the afternoon, but by the early evening, we are going to be dry and should see some sunshine for the last part of the day. Saturday's high temperatures, meanwhile, definitely tells a story. You could see the cooler weather through North Idaho, where the clouds and showers will last quite a bit longer. Meanwhile, we've got 80s in the Columbia Basin, the Waterville Plateau, the Okanagan areas, as we see that rain push to the east early in the afternoon or even late morning. Saturday's highs right around the Spokane area, 70s for everyone, 78 in 9 Mile, Meade, and downtown, 72 in Spirit Lake. We'll be right in the mid-70s in Liberty Lake, Post Falls, Spangle, and Cheney. Your temperature trend over the next 7 days, we're Back up around 80 on Sunday. This white line is our average high. It is decreasing rapidly, not as rapidly as it's going to be decreasing in October. This line is practically like this, but it's dropping. By this time next week, our average high will be 83, but it looks like we're going to be up in the mid 80s and possibly even 90 by next Friday. Your planning forecast, very good chance of rain, not a very good chance of thunderstorms on Saturday, but there is that possibility. We are sunny and 80 on Sunday. Boy, the huckleberry picking fields are going to be busy Sunday. Might want to go Saturday, but only if there's no thunderstorms. A good time to tell you to download the 4 News Now Official Alert Weather app if you are heading out to the mountains on Saturday, so you can keep an eye out for thunderstorm development. Partly cloudy on Monday with the possibility of some mountain showers, and then we are sunshine full force Tuesday through Friday. Kirsten.
Looks good to me. Thank you, Chris. There is enough time left in summer to get out in search of a new adventure, and North Idaho is full of beautiful lakes, rivers, and creeks. In tonight's Air 4 Adventure, we take you to Copper Falls.
The scenic beauty of Boundary County can easily be seen from Highway 95 as it snakes its way toward the Canadian border. The Moyet River joins in your journey. But for a little adventure, turn east onto Copper Falls Road. A few miles later, you'll find yourself at the trailhead for the Copper Falls Trail. This is one waterfall you might want to go chasing. The towering pines and cedar offer cool shade for the short hike. The payoff? A towering 160-foot waterfall, the cascade of Copper Creek, plunging down past the viewpoint. To feel the power of the water, take the trail down to the base. The falls are a great adventure any time of year. In winter, be prepared for a snowy trek and a frozen waterfall.
That was our own Brian Neal reporting. Before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
My name is Joyce Prather, but I go by Joy. My husband and I moved to Orchard Crest just from my daughter's house. When we walked in, I said, oh, this is it, because it was so beautifully decorated. The people here are amazing. The staff is amazing. Everything that we were hoping for turned out to be what we got. If somebody walked up to me and asked about Orchard Crest, yes, I would certainly tell them to come here.
For over 100 years, we've gathered here. Dusty boots meet blue ribbons, and fair food meets family tradition. At the North Idaho State Fair, we're not just making memories, we're keeping tradition alive. Join us August 15th through the 24th for the best 10 full days of unforgettable memories right here in North Idaho. Get your tickets now at nisfair.fun for the North Idaho State Fair, presented by ICCU.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Bruce Willis, America's favorite action hero. That smile, that laugh. But now, gripped by a heartbreaking disease. For the first time, his wife, Emma Hemming Willis, shares the searing truth of a disease catching families and caregivers unaware.
Were there days that it would be Bruce again?
As quickly as those moments appear,
then it goes.
The Loving and Powerful Event Special. Tuesday night, August 26th on ABC.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, your grocery bill is about to get more expensive as vegetable prices hit their biggest summer increase ever recorded. When your wallet will be impacted tonight on Nightside.
Bring on the rain coming in overnight into tomorrow morning, lingering through early afternoon in Spokane and through most of the afternoon in North Idaho. Then it's sunshine for everyone on Sunday.
We were just talking about picking peaches at Green Bluff.
Yes, I think yeah. Huckleberries, peaches. It's good time of year around here.
I love those juicy peaches. They're so good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in. We'll see you at 11.